This is my take from yesterday, which would have been Monday, the 24th of February, 2020. These rocks, I wasn't quite sure. Like this one, it looks like if I cracked it open, it might have something interesting inside, so I'll probably give that a try later. This one, I couldn't tell because it was getting dark if it was like a fossilized something or maybe the start of petrified wood or something. I don't know. The texture's odd. It's probably nothing. And then this one, I think there might be druzy in it, but when it was dirty, I couldn't tell. And now that I've rinsed it, I can't quite tell yet. So we're going to wait a while and check on that one. This one is an agate. It's pretty translucent. I don't know. It's still opaque though. And I think there might be, whoops, I think there might be druzy inside there, but again, I have to let it dry out. These two are opaque agates. I just thought they looked kind of pretty and I grabbed them up. This, I believe, is jasper and agate or jasper and chert. I'm not a rock expert, but I like the blending of the colors on it. I thought it was interesting. Kind of reminds me of a cow. This one I picked up for its shape. I can't really explain why it's shaped that way or what would be interesting about it, but it just appealed to me. There's something in there. Maybe we'll crack it open and take a look later. It's probably a fossilized shell in there. Now here's where things get really interesting to my eye. I love, love, love sea glass, and if you look way down in there, you can see a teeny tiny turquoise one. It's not, it's not super huge. You know, it's about, I don't know, the size of the tip of my index finger, but it's beautifully frosted, as are the amber and the green, and the white ones are nicely frosted too. This bigger one at the top, I think is part of the bottom of a bottle that has some nice texture to it and a curvature in the shape, so that was really nice. These are some smoother shells. These are from Mussel Shells, these two, and these three, I'm not quite sure. Let me see if I can get that to focus. They're very smooth and they have a blue-gray tinge to them. They'd be really nice, like for a worry stone in your pocket. If I just grab them up, I think they're pretty. I'll probably put them in my go-backs for the next time I go to the beach. And this one is different than the others. Yeah, it's rough and smooth, and sometimes the insides of those will have some iridescence, but that one doesn't. But here we have, this is also part of a razor clam shell. I liked it because it has the amber brown stripe on it. Not all of them have that. But the rest of these are from Anadara shell pieces. Yeah, I think this one right here, that one, that's my favorite of the moment. It's blue and gray, and it has a really beautiful pattern with lots of strong lines, which I really like. And which one was it? This one, maybe? No, one of them seemed like, oh, this one. This one seems like it's trying to agatize, which is cool, but I snagged it off the beach anyway because I love it. I love it. This is part of a different kind of shell. It's not Anadara. I'm not quite sure what it is, but boy, does it have some beautiful lines and coloration on it. The back side, again, is smooth. So that's pretty. And then moving on to fossils, definite fossils. I have this one, part of a pecten shell. And if you flip it over and look at the back, woo, you can see more on the back. This one's really cool. It's kind of too big to be a pendant, but it's too bad because it would look really cool as a pendant. But anyway, I'm going to put it in my little fossil jar and enjoy it from time to time. It feels smooth to the touch with very, very light ribbing on this side. This is another fossil shell. There's barely anything showing on that one. You can't see anything on the back. It feels like sandstone. So yeah, that's interesting. So I grabbed that one up. These are partial shells, but I really love the wavy lines on them. I think they would make cool bracelets, or they just look really pretty in an ocean or beach themed terrarium. I love the texture. So I'm very tactile. I like to be able to check out the textures and the shapes. And I love wavy lines like that. I'm not so big on geometric, square, diamond-y type of things. So I found a whole bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that's noisy, sorry. 5, 6, 7 of the larger ones, and then I found the 2 tiny ones. And they're all nicely shaped and not too many dings out of them, so I'll try to find something to do with those. And then I don't normally pick up petrified wood anymore. I do if I find it particularly beautiful, which I did all these pieces. This one is bigger than my hand. I'd say it weighs a good, woo, sorry for that noise. I'd say it weighs at least a good 2.5 pounds. But look at the coloration on this thing. It is gorgeous. Yeah, I love that. Okay. That would probably make a decent bookend. This piece made me go, when I saw it. I mean, look at the colors on that. Oh, it's beautiful. And that is about the length of my hand from, well, my palm pretty much, from the base of my hand to the tip of my palm and the first knuckle of my fingers. So yeah, it's nice and big. It feels good in the hand. It would make a nice paperweight maybe. Keep on the desk and enjoy it every day. This is a smaller piece, but I really like it. Let's see if I can focus on that there. There we go. Look at the textures on that. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This one, also beautiful. I love that I love that the face of it has different depths on it, so it's more raised in some areas, and that's really cool. This area right here, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I think it might be trying to fill with agate. I'm no expert though, so we'll have to ask somebody who knows more than I do. But yeah, I like that piece of petrified wood also. Next we have this one. Fits nicely in the palm. And look at the pattern on that. Isn't that beautiful? On the back it's just more, it looks more just like charred wood, which is what it was to begin with, of course. Yeah, petrified firewood. Gotta love it. And one last piece. I thought this was interesting because this feels more textured. Like you can still kind of feel the wood grain in it even though it's petrified. On this lighter part you can feel the grain, and on the darker part it's smoother. But this has kind of a little indentation in it. So, I don't know, it could hold your, I don't know, it could hold a few small shells for display, or you could put your, I don't know, put your keys on it or something, but it's not a bowl, it's just kind of a slight indentation. So, but it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to give you another look at those, but first, this is not petrified, but look at this gorgeous piece of wood that I found. Yeah, it's quite large, and I just love the patterns in it. Look at this. This part right here is what gets me. The swirls are so pretty. Anyway, it's even more beautiful on the back side, I think. If you look at the swirls and the patterns, I don't know. There's just something about it that said, grab it, grab it. So I don't know that I would necessarily change it, but if my original thought was that maybe it would be really cool to make like a mermaid's sign on it, like Mermaid House or Mermaid Dreams or something, and hang it up in a doorway, like just for the texture and the experience of the woods and the beach right by one's front door. I don't know. I see a lot of possibility in it. So yeah, I think it could be good. The other thing I found, and I forgot to grab, hold on, I'm going to put us on pause for a sec. Okay, the other thing I found was this really cool ball of sandstone fossils. or fossils in sandstone, I should say. I love how this sandy part, let's see if I can hold it steadier, sparkles in the sun. Look at all those gorgeous lines and textures. Swirl, swirl, swirls. Very pretty. And then finally, I found several big pieces of this waxy, well, must just be wax, I guess. I won't call it a waxy substance. I think it is wax. I don't know why it was on the beach or where it came from exactly, but they're about the size of the palm of my hand, each of the three pieces. This one on the bottom is a little smaller. But if anybody has any ideas why there would be big chunks of white wax on the beach, let me know. So here we go. Petrified wood, wax, the big wood chunk that I love so much, clamshells, fossils, more fossils here, and here, and beautiful pieces of Anadarra and some other shells, sea glass. Take another look at that beautiful aqua colored one. I mean, how perfect is that, really? Oh, a partial sand dollar. I think it might still have the 7 doves in it, so I'm going to break it open and see. I don't know if you guys know that sand dollars have 7 doves inside. I read one time that there was a some sort of spiritual significance to it,